to start off by using a little logic. We will be using this wallet as an example. There are two viewpoints that we can use when examining this piece of evidence. Either the wallet was created and put here, or it's self-existent and is just eternally existent and just popped up out of nothing, just sprang up out of nothing. These are the two viewpoints that everyone here must hold when examining the existence of the universe. Look, I can ramble on for days about things like the Earth and how it's so fine-tuned that it sits at such a perfect distance away from the sun that if we was any closer or we was any further away, life would not be sustainable. Or I could talk about objective moral values and how do they exist without coming from one of a higher standard. Look, if I took an infant, a newborn infant, and I stuck it in a room, and all I did for the next 10 years was come and give it food, this infant would be like Sloth out the movie The Goonies. It'd be dumb and illiterate. It wouldn't know nothing at all, except for the fact that I'm coming and bringing it food. The reason I'm saying this is because if we so-called evolved from monkeys, then who told the first monkeys what was right and what was wrong? And why don't I see monkeys evolving into kids today? In my opinion, to me, it makes the most logical sense that two people were created in the beginning, male and female, given a commandment and a conscience from one of a higher standard, God. Now this second part of my speech, I'm going to take a little different route. This will sum up everything that I'm pretty much saying, but it'll give a conclusion on top of it.
You might want to stay here for one of that.
So no, that's mine. I want to see. Yeah, let me grab the wallet. Alexander's eyeballing over here. Okay. Take a look at your phone and all the components it's made with, and you would have to agree that intelligence made this. Now look at my hand move because my brain is telling it like this wasn't made from a greater intelligence. Come on, man, you're killing yourself. Out of nothing, then nothing exists. But if there really is something, then who made that something to live? Do you agree if it's wrong that I murder a kid? Yeah? Well, how do morals and meaning ever enter the pit? Look, if I take a little infant and I stick it in a room and all I did for 10 years was giving it food, it'd be dumb and illiterate. They would know nothing at all. So murder and rape to them, they think nothing was wrong. So that lets me know people were created and given a law. And if there is a law, then that means the lawgiver has to be God. Something infinite greater than space, matter, and time. Something we can't grasp or contain in the back of our mind. So I think it's safe to say that this has to be right. Logically, to me, this is the best explanation of life. Now that we made it clear, and there's clearly a God, the question is, has he revealed himself to anybody at all? Well, let's see. All these religions say that their way is to God, but they're all different. So that means all but one religion has to be fraud. Well, let's see. We got Muhammad, Buddha, Confucius, and Christ. But they're all dead in their tomb and they're all buried inside. If that's true, they're all finite like every human alive. And now every religion existing is truly a lie. But wait, Christ, didn't they leave him hanging to die? They put him in his tomb and on the third day they say that he rise? Do your research and think about it. History, Israel. In the end, I guarantee you'll see his story is real. God's not dead. I would encourage you to go watch the movie if you haven't heard about it. God is not dead. It's recently been put in theaters. It's a very, very controversial movie, but it brings out good arguments on both sides of atheism and theism. I would encourage you to go see it if you haven't seen it. I do want to say this. Everybody here, you can say that there's no way to prove the existence of God. There's no way to not prove the existence of God. It all comes down to choice. But I don't agree that there is atheists. I believe there's agnostics, which I would respect more if somebody said they were agnostic, because an atheist would have to be 100% sure there's no God. And you can't do that because you're limited in your understanding. If I take a circle and I said everything inside of this circle represents all the knowledge and wisdom that there could possibly be, you would have to agree with your finite, limited understanding mind. But you know it would be a percentage of that. So you can't tell me that and all the rest of that percentage of 95 that you don't know, that there's not a possibility that God exists. But it always comes down to the question. The question is, which God? You have all these gods, you have all these religions. I would encourage you to do your research These things have meaning. I don't believe that we are all standing here right now. We are here to just die and go to the grave. Morals, meaning, everything is just rendered useless if we take on the approach that we are just chemicals that were floating in outer space and came together to form us. For murder and rape, it means nothing. So if I go kill your kids right now, you can't say that it's wrong because it has no meaning because you're just a chemical. I would encourage you to look more into the things that have meaning. I think we focus a lot on different things that have no purpose or meaning in life, but I would encourage you to go look into something that has meaning and look for yourself and do the research. That's my speech. God is not here.